You're playing a game, Blitz or Classical, it doesn't matter, and your opponent sacrifices a piece like Spassky did in this game. What is the first thing that should come to mind? Well, we're going to talk more in detail in future videos about this, but for now, guys, the number one tip is remember your opponent already calculated every single variation if you accept the sacrifice, right? So that means they invested time, and the one thing that I want you to consider immediately is, do I have to accept the sacrifice? How forcing is this sacrifice? And by forcing, I mean, did they capture, let's say, a bishop? Because if they capture a minor piece and I don't take it back, I'm going to be down a piece for the remaining of the game. So that's trouble. Or can this knight go somewhere else to deliver checkmate or create something else? That would be pretty forcing. But in this case, I don't really have to take. And if I don't take it, number one, I'm staying away from those lines that my opponent already calculated for me. And number two, maybe I do something unexpected, and since my opponent already spent time calculating, maybe and just maybe I get him into an uncomfortable situation. Like in this game, if you pay attention to the evaluation, let me actually go back a few moves, you're going to see that at this point, Spassky could have just taken on d4, pretty good position for white, but instead he calculated e5, take on f6, followed by knight e5, and after bishop f4, queen b6, then he calculated knight takes. If king takes, then rook d6, very powerful interference. If I take with the bishop, queen comes crashing, end of the game, right? But the black pieces simply played castle, and yes, you can castle in here, and automatically this is better for the black pieces. The game continued knight g5, c takes b2, hitting the rook, and then I bring the rook that is doing nothing over to e8 to defend, rook takes, and now, guys, energetic play. Queen c6, threatening checkmate. They go back to defend. Knight e4, hitting f2. And after bishop g3, fork. And this is already almost 4 points of advantage for the black pieces. And I know, no big deal, but for many people, this doesn't come naturally. They sacrifice a piece, they freak out, they take it right away, and it shouldn't be like that. Now, let me show you one last example from Najdorf. Yes, from the Najdorf Sicilian. And here, he just played e4, his opponent takes on e4. Quick sacrifice, any of us would freak out, take the pawn, then rook takes, bishop takes, skewer. This is just not nice, right? So instead, Najdorf said, well, I'm not going to take. I made a mistake by playing e4, but typically it takes more than one mistake to lose a chess game, right? So I'm not going to make the second mistake. Instead, he just went queen b3, probably unexpected for his opponent. Notice how the evaluation is 0.0 compared to accepting the knight, which puts the black pieces in a better position, right? So queen b3, then after these trades, he takes on b7, and it is slightly better for the white pieces. We got the pair of bishops, active rook. So there you have it, guys. Short video. I know that it's not a big deal, but it doesn't hurt to have heard about this. And of course, we're going to keep talking more in detail in future videos. With that said, I will see you in our next lesson.